Metamorphosis Edu has always been an organization that is ahead of its time. And unsurprisingly, today's event runs on the theme...
Wait, let the right person do the honors of unveiling the event's theme. Please put your hands together for Mr. Sudhakar Rao, who dons varied caps like an engineer, entrepreneur, social media advisor, mentor, and currently the director of branding of ICFI Group with Grace. Sir, we request you to come on stage.
Good afternoon to one and all. Very happy, extremely delighted to be part of Metamorphosis Global Schoolpreneur Summit. I also welcome all the students who are competing in this idea pitching contest, their parents, leaders from education, leaders from industry, from media, from public life, entrepreneurs on their own right, full-blown entrepreneurs, and everyone, everyone from the team of Metamorphosis. I would like to propose a big round of applause for the entire team here, because 150 days back, when they first approached me for a brainstorming session to begin with a theme for the Global Schoolpreneur Summit, we took the board in the first 3 minutes and we started discussing, and then it ran for roughly about 1 hour or 1.5 hours, and after that there was no looking back. And today what I see, roughly about 3,000 students participating, 1,500 ideas, 300 schools and 5 countries. This is something really amazing journey over the last 150 days. A big round of applause to the entire team from Metamorphosis. What I'll do is, I'll speak about the theme that we arrived at and probably spend about 10 minutes and understand what it means for the entire summit, as well as in the years to come when we conduct such conferences or summits, what it exactly means for the students who are taking part with great deal of zeal, enthusiasm, and some of the ideas that I was part of as a jury were so enthralling and so interesting that it is something unbelievable which you must experience only, which cannot be explained. However, let me share with you the broad template of the theme for Global Schoolpreneur Summit. I think the business environment is changing, the paradigms are changing, the technology is rapidly actually changing. Now, Blockbuster, which is a chain of video rental stores in the US, they had to go bankrupt or they had to shut shop when they did not actually change with the time. The videos that the customers were renting were returned late, and therefore they started charging hefty late fees. But that's only what you see on the outside, on the surface. But the core problem is they have actually not changed with the time, so they could not get into what is now called live streaming, which the Netflix has done. It is not the Netflix that has killed, but it is the Blockbuster itself has killed itself. Uber did not kill the taxi business. You know, the biggest problem has been the access and the fares, and none of us could ever successfully negotiate with the alternative modes of transport that we always had. So Uber did not kill. Apple did not kill the music industry, being forced to buy that full-length albums. That did the trick. Amazon did not kill the retailers, the customer experience and the service. The changing paradigm of technologies, which is actually changing the domains of business on one side. On the other side, it is the diversity. Now, diversity is something which comes to us in variety of forms. It could be region, religion, language, caste, creed, opinion, competence, so on and so forth. Now, how do we grapple with this? I think the new age situations and the challenges will have to face with this diversity, will have to come to terms with this diversity and handle it very competently. Well, that's a joke. I didn't mean anything, but then this is one kind of differences in terms of your culture as well. We need to understand each one of them, empathize, reflect, and then accordingly behave. I think our behavior is determined by what we think and what goes inside us as part of our value system. But it's a reality. Now, this lesson from history, another point in diversity is that when John F. Kennedy took over, he summoned that meeting with all the generals who actually advised him on whether they should wage a war on Cuba or not. They did wage a war on Cuba, and they probably lost very badly. That was probably one of the biggest and saddest defeats that the United States ever had in its history. You know, the people who sat around were all like-minded people, similar age people, with hardly any disagreement with one another. That's another fallout if you don't have diversity. Diversity of age. Parents would think in a different way and students would think in a different way, right? There's no point in discriminating based on religion, language, caste, or any other form of human differences that we have. Go to the core, we all are the same, and I therefore urge everyone that we need to respect, and there's no point in discrimination. Diversity is not just a feel-good factor, as we have seen in various industries adopting hospitality, IT, and almost all sectors, that it is a business sense and it is not just a mere feel-good factor or a politically correct statement. Now that's about diversity dimension. We keep learning. I think the learning is maximizing and practice begins probably at the age where most of the students are now at this point in time. We need to explore and give more opportunities for them so that the advancement of entrepreneurship that takes place at this right age, and they will have enough of timeline on their side to fail. And they will fail, and when they fail, they will bounce back. I'll skip this one. The thinking is actually changing. When I say the paradigms are changing, business is changing, technology is changing, the thinking also has to change within organizations and outside. And I think the leaders and the leadership roles are also fast changing. Earlier, it used to be a hierarchy which is very, very rigid, and now it is more flexible. Your teams are sitting elsewhere. They are not sitting right in your office, and they are not your direct reports. They are flexible teams. They are small ad hoc tribes. They will be put together for any specific task. That is the idea with which we need to work now. I think we need to grapple with this reality and also change our templates of leadership. So that is a new age requirement for us. It is not merely for the students, but even for those who are in the current leadership roles elsewhere. Failure. How do we deal with failure? A large number of startups fail for a variety of reasons. One is, of course, we are not solving the market need. That's the largest one. But there are other reasons. I keep mentoring lots of startups, and I understand that some of them are extremely intelligent. Some of them are not able to come to terms with how do they take ideas from outside and assimilate properly. That ability is not there. The team gelling is not proper. And some of the startups, their extreme intelligence itself is their enemy. I don't want to take names, but at any given point in time, when I look at these youngsters who are 20-year-old, 24-year-old, I often face these realities, and they are failing. And what do we do with that failure? Yes, when they fail, they will have to bounce back. They will have to work at it very, very rigorously. You know Y Combinator? The most impressive people I know spend their time with their head down, getting the work done for a very long, long time. Here is Jordan, Michael Jordan, the mighty Michael Jordan. I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. 26 times I have been trusted to take the game-winning shot, but I failed. I have failed over and over and over and over and over again, and that's why I succeed. How many of us continue to stand back after failing so many times? How many of us are willing to be resilient? I think resilience is the game here. The lesson from the successful entrepreneurs, successful champions from around the world is resilience. Perseverance. Now, is this the reality? We don't know. Steve Jobs says perseverance, but the current generation says, give me all that right away, in the light of vein. We need to be in the process of results to actually claim the right on the results. Now, if you do not go through the rigor and the grind of the actual execution, you will definitely will not bear the fruit or enjoy the benefits of the results. And the biggest skill would be to connect the dots the way you like and solve problems in a creative manner. How many of you agree with this? I think leaders from school are here. This is not just about school. Schools are business schools, schools are regular schools. All institutions are under school now. We should not agree with this. But Gary is a very, very reputed celebrity on internet and social media. Wish he is wrong. I think we need to prove to the world that we encourage entrepreneurship. And one more thing which I personally believe is that a lot of successful guys who dropped out of schools and colleges have made it big. That doesn't mean dropping out itself is a template for success. That cannot be a strategy. Please continue to study even after being very successful. Complete your undergrad program, complete your postgrad programs. Learn a lot. Make sure that you handle your teams and businesses more meaningfully. Well, this is an aberration, probably. Life is what you actually make out of it. Creative problem solving is the need of the hour. And those students who are competing today will definitely fail. As I would like to quote this from Justice Roberts, it was one of the, it's part of the speech that he delivered at a school commencement program. The role of chance, the role of luck is always there, both in success as well as failure. I think we need to be very, very conscious of this fact. Now, the theme for you in summary is, in this day and age, new normals are set and burst by the hour. Decision making is determined by data and artificial intelligence. Jobs that one is preparing for are unlikely to exist in a couple of years down the line. Business ecosystems, as I said, are redefined by emerging new technologies. We should be ready to face the VUCA world. We should be resilient and be anti-fragile. Diversity comes not just in gender or region, but in knowledge, language, religion, competence, creed, choice, and all that. Be ready to accept diversity as a reality and practice inclusivity as a necessity. Be ready to accept humanoid robots as your colleagues too. New worlds are always there to be discovered from within and from outside. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the theme for the Global Schoolpreneur Summit 2019. And now, I'll be failing in my duty if I don't present this video. Every time we are blamed that we don't reflect the realities of society into our education and in our daily discourse. We are in the safe confines, everything is always good. We belong to probably top 5%, 10% of the society. But we are always away from reality. Starting today, every time I speak, I'm going to present such videos at the end of the agenda that is handed over to me. And this video is to answer a little bit towards training our boys who are going to be men, and we want them to be gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have this presentation, please? Thank you.
तुम्हारी इंग्लिश स्लो है या फास्ट है मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. तुम गे हो स्ट्रेट हो तुम्हारी क्या कास्ट है मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I know that the ads have told you to play too cool, and fathers asked you to be disciplined as if you're always in school. उन्होंने बोला जेंटलमैन बनो, बट ये भी बोला कि मैन का जेंटल होना खराब है, क्योंकि तुम्हें तो ऑनर बचाना है, जादू वाला परफ्यूम लगाना है, उसी से लड़कियां तुम पे मरेंगी. पर मरेंगी क्यों? उन्हें मरना नहीं चाहिए. मैं जहां हूं, जहां खड़ा हूं, उन्हें डरना नहीं चाहिए। पिंक और पिंक फ्लॉयड के बीच में वो कुछ भी पसंद कर सकता है। अंधेरा ज्यादा हो तो वो भी डर सकता है, क्योंकि वायलेंस उसके साथ भी हुआ है, पेट्रियार्की ने उसको भी गलत तरीके से छुआ है। वो जल्दी बड़ा होने के बोझ के नीचे बड़ा होता है, दिल उसका भी 300 ग्राम का ही होता है, पर उस पे लोहे का सोशल कवर चढ़ा होता है। उसे बस, कार और गन के खिलौनों में मत बांधो जब वो बच्चा हो। जरूरी नहीं कि ड्राइवर अच्छा हो सकता है कि मशीनों के काम में थोड़ा कच्चा हो, पर मर्द होने की इकलौती शर्त यही है कि सच्चा हो। अब जरूरी नहीं है कि मेरा पैशन गिटार हो, कूल हो, मेरे हाथ में लड़की के लिए फूल हो सकता है कि मेरे पास लंबी गाड़ी हो सकता है कि लाइफ की हर एक राइड पूल हो। तुम्हें पता है, बच्चों को मैं भी संभालता हूं। वो थक के आती है तो जिंजर वाली चाय भी उबालता हूं। लड़का और लड़की में फर्क बहुत है, और ये फर्क खूबसूरत है, ये मैं जानता हूं, पर फर्क करने को सबसे बड़ा गुनाह मानता हूं। शायद इसीलिए अपने बेटे से कहता हूं कि जरूरी नहीं उनके लिए कुर्सी खींचना है, गाड़ी का दरवाजा खोलना, पर जब कुछ गलत हो सबसे पहले बोलना, क्योंकि 6 पैक से नहीं बनते हैं मर्द, ना ज्यादा कमाने से बनते हैं, ना चिल्लाने से, ना आंसू छुपाने से बनते हैं। किसी और को ठंड लगती है तो दिल उसका भी सर्द होता है, कि जिसको दर्द होता है असल में वही मर्द होता है। तू चाहे कारपेट पे सोए, चाहे रेड कारपेट पे चले, लेट मी टेल यू, यू आर द मोस्ट पावरफुल एज लॉन्ग एज देयर लिव्स अ जेंटलमैन इन यू।